Should the TRC Cases Commission produce an interim report to maneuver threats to stall it again? The hearing room was never meant to be silent. It was designed for voices, long-buried voices of the disappeared, the tortured, the forgotten. Yet, as March 2026 settles uneasily over South Africa's conscience, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, TRC, Cases Inquiry, sits suspended in a silence far heavier than testimony. Not the silence of healing, but of obstruction. From its inception, the inquiry seemed cursed by time itself. Announced in May 2025 with the promise of urgency, it instead drifted into delay. Months passed before its first hearings in November, only for that fragile beginning to collapse under the weight of recusal arguments. What was meant to be a 3-week unveiling of truth dissolved into procedural fog. Deadlines slipped. January 2026 came and went, not with answers, but with extensions, each one stretching public patience thinner. Then came the fractures within its own structure, the challenge against Advocate Ismail Semenya SC, the chief evidence leader whose role became yet another battleground. Justice, once again, was not denied outright, it was postponed. And postponement, in the language of history, has always been denial in slow motion. Now, the inquiry stands at its most perilous crossroads. Former Presidents Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma have stepped into the arena, not as witnesses, but as challengers. Their application to the Johannesburg High Court seeks the removal of Justice Sisi Kampeep, the Commission's chair. The accusation, bias. The argument, that her service in both the TRC and the National Prosecuting Authority renders her incapable of impartiality. On March 17th, their legal representatives sharpened the claim further, branding her refusal to recuse herself as irrational, a decision, they argued, built on the wrong legal foundation. And in a move that deepens the sense of institutional fragility, President Cyril Ramaphosa, who appointed her, has chosen not to resist the application, instead stepping back, allowing the court to decide, even as his legal team admits the controversy has brought the Commission into disrepute. The Commission argued that Kampeep's current role as the chairperson of the Commission has no logical connection to her previous positions because the inquiry will not determine who must be prosecuted, but only probe political interference with prosecutions. And so, once more, the machinery of accountability grinds to a halt. But history offers a warning and perhaps a strategy. There is a quiet power in the interim report. When the Nugent Commission confronted the rot within SARS, it did not wait for perfect completion before speaking. Its interim findings cut through uncertainty, stabilizing public confidence and forcing immediate corrective action. Similarly, the Madlanga Commission demonstrated that even in the midst of complexity, partial truth can still be powerful truth. Interim reports, in these cases, were not signs of incompleteness, they were acts of institutional survival. They shifted the narrative from paralysis to progress. For the TRC Cases Inquiry, an interim report could serve the same purpose, but with even greater urgency. Unlike administrative failures or governance breakdowns, this inquiry deals with moral debt. The crimes under its scrutiny are not abstract. They are etched into the bodies and memories of victims who have already waited decades. An interim report would do 3 crucial things. First, it would break the silence. Even as legal battles rage over leadership, the Commission could place verified findings into the public domain, ensuring that truth does not remain hostage to procedural disputes. Second, it would restore credibility. At a moment when the inquiry risks being seen as yet another stalled promise, an interim report would signal movement, seriousness, and resistance to derailment. Third, it would protect the process itself. By documenting progress, evidence, and emerging conclusions, the Commission would create a record that cannot easily be erased, even if leadership changes or further delays occur. But beyond strategy lies something deeper: obligation. This inquiry was never merely a legal exercise. It was a continuation of the unfinished work of the original TRC, a reckoning deferred, now struggling to be reborn. Every delay is not just administrative, it is existential. It asks whether a nation can truly confront its past, or whether it will forever negotiate with it. The danger now is not only that the inquiry may stall again, but that it may lose its moral authority entirely. An interim report, then, is not just a tactical maneuver. It is a declaration that truth will not wait for perfect conditions, that justice, even when obstructed, will find a way to speak, that the silence in the hearing room will not be the final word. Because if the Commission does not speak, now even partially, it risks never being heard at all.